glad we have finally time to settle down and catch up. So, you've been petrified for 100 years, and you're fighting a giant bug man, or was, and now you're potentially going on another adventure.
Yeah, it's been pretty wild since I got reawakened like 2 nights ago.
And what's this I hear about you being gay now? That Mickey guy's been telling everybody around town.
Yeah, he is. Remember that squire that the king had right before the war?
Mm-hmm.
He was just really eccentric. So much so that the king had him beheaded after the last dinner.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Mickey if there was no beheadings.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's a lot.
He seems very crashed.
Yeah, he was asking me about like what women I like, and I was trying to tell him that I don't do that kind of stuff because I am betrothed. But before I could even finish my statement, he was like, "Oh, you like men?" And I was like, "I don't do that either." And he's like, "It's okay, you're gay." And then since then, he's just been telling everybody I'm gay. It has been a time. But yeah, it's been a wild ride.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Well, I mean, from what I heard the other day, they got rid of that cell guy without me. So that's good. Gonna have to get with them and see about all the people that he absorbed and whatnot. Make sure that everything's right with that. Then after that, I gotta make sure that Romulus doesn't get a hold of them either. And then I have to find Dr. Moreau, because those are his daughters. And then find our son, make sure he's okay. There's a lot of stuff to do, not a lot of time to do it. Especially with this group of young gentlemen.
How's that coming along anyway?
Poorly. Very, very poorly. It seems like as if I was away, the country just went into ruin and everybody's okay with it. There's no love for the country anymore. It's
been fractured.
It's terrible. They want to gamble and have unadulterated meetings with these people. They're selling, what was it?
Everything. They're selling everything.
What did they call it? This arcane.
Oh yeah.
And then on top of that, there's no regular magic anymore. 100 years ago, magic. Now, no magic. You say magic and people look at you like you're weird. God, it's all backwards. And honestly, I just...
Oh, you're gonna bring magic back?
I mean, the world was good with magic. Everything was right 100 years ago. I mean, we did have some squabbles between countries, but everybody needs land and you want what's best for yours, and that was the known, you know. For hundreds of years we fought battles, you know. Before our time, the gods had fought. It's a circle. It repeats itself with new generations. But when you break something like magic, you break a connection like that, it ruins something in the world. It's deep. So you just can't get rid of something like that. It'd be like getting rid of the divine. Get rid of the divine, you lose something in the natural plane.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what's wrong with the world right now is that magic's not here anymore.
That also means no dragons and no giants.
Yeah, I mean, there are some pros to it. I mean, the dragons, they were walled easily enough if you had the right group. The older they got, they were harder, but when they got to age and status, they really didn't bother us anymore. They stood up top of mountains and volcanoes and went about their business, and the adventurers that did go after an ancient either slayed it or died, and that was that. There was a role for everything. Without chromatic dragons, there are no what are they called? Without the bad dragons, there are no good dragons.
Yeah, the metallic.
Metallic, yes, yeah. And giants. It's not a loss, but I mean, but without giants, there are no more able to birth Goliaths or half giants. People who I remember fought valiantly with me. The world wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than this. There's chaos every turn. I've been here 3 days. I've died 5 times. 5.
Oh,
Now, technically there were deaths, but I lost time. I didn't know what happened, and I woke up very hurt. It's not fun.
sounds quite dreadful.
One time it was my fault, but it was for the good of a woman.
Excuse you?
Yeah, this chick was trying to poison her sister, so I crushed the poison, but then I poisoned myself.
Doesn't sound too smart.
Hindsight 2020, it wasn't the best idea, but I had to send a message that you couldn't buy me. I'm not bought like that, and I do not do things in that way.
Fair enough. Well, I have one last question for you. What's your end game, and how do you choose to achieve it?
My end game. Well, when I first got back, it was to figure out everything that happened. But as of now, it's pretty clear that I was petrified and that I worshipped Ra. So the next step would be to find out who petrified me, why, and then ultimately the end game would be to bring law and justice back into this world and just set everything right. There's something not right that needs to be fixed. And as chaotic and just crazy that this bunch of people are, I think with the right training and the right person to push them into the direction, I think that we could get it done and set everything back right. And I'm willing to put everything that I have on the line for that. Whether I die in infamy or I die completing the quest that was set before us and we come back heroes and legends, it does not matter as long as the task is done.
No. Well, I bid you safe travels on your endeavors.
Thank you. And then when we get back, we will finish what we started 100 years ago, my love.
Fair enough. I look forward to it.